So if you're an OnlyFans creator and you don't have at least 100 short clips of you doing random things, living your everyday life, then you're working 10 times harder than you should be. And I'll explain why by showing you how to batch create B-roll content and amplify your content creation efforts. So B-roll is super important for two reasons. One, it takes a huge load off of you having to come up with new ideas every single time you shoot. And it takes the idea of you having to make high effort content all the time and pretty much kicks it down the road or dunks it down the toilet, whatever. It just basically fucks up that notion that every time you shoot content, it has to be this like super high effort production, and it doesn't. You can literally take video footage of you doing the most normal, random, mundane things, whether it's like pouring a coffee, getting out of bed, picking out your outfit, reading, studying, watching TV, scrolling on your phone, eating, making a meal, doing work on your laptop. All of these things that seem mundane, when you have enough clips of you doing these things, and especially when you diversify your outfits, you can package all of those clips at different times into either stories, or you can take one clip, put a funny caption across the screen. So it could be a random clip of you eating, let's say, pineapples, like creators have already done. So I'm going to use an example that's already been used, but you can have a clip of you eating pineapples, and then it could say POV when he's on his way over. There's tons of ideas like that, and it all starts with you just shooting B-roll content and then using that B-roll content and matching it with a good enough caption, a funny caption like text on screen, to make easy, ready to deploy executable content in like 5 to 10 minutes. And you can also use your B-roll content to make short films. So ensure that you are batch filming B-roll content when you can, because the B-roll content will ultimately save your ass, especially on those days where you're just not feeling it with content creation. And especially on those days where you're like, shit, like you don't really have anything to post. You can go into your folders, which should be organized appropriately, and just pick random B-roll clip and boom, put a nice funny caption on it. It could be a B-roll clip of you walking and from behind saying, and like you turn around and smile. It could be a random B-roll clip that could have text on the front that says, oh, like I'm humble now because I've sharded too many times. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. That's from Ari Ketsia. But I'm just saying, if you can utilize B-roll with your content creation efforts, it will absolutely catapult you into another stratosphere, because it takes the pressure off of the workload of content creation, and it gives you a chance of going viral because you're not talking, and now your content can travel internationally and appeal to more people because they don't need to be hearing what you're saying to understand what the content's about. So ultimately with B-roll, you only have to spend like 1 hour per week collecting shots. So like I was saying earlier, walking to the car, applying makeup, right? Doing your skincare routine, getting ready for the gym, leaving the gym, arriving at the gym, being in the gym. What you have to understand is that the mundane becomes the proficient and the prolific later on. So one rule of thumb is to film now and then edit later. So just capture the B-roll at first, and then you can come up with ideas with what to do with it. But that takes away you having to deliberately film content and scripts every single day, where now you can just take your B-roll, you can throw some text on it, figure out something funny, captivating. You can also make like a story if you want, with multiple clips showing some type of journey, whether it's an inspirational journey or a comedic journey, doesn't really matter. And then with B-roll, what's also amazing is that you can do voiceovers. So you can take random B-roll of you doing something completely random. Like a lot of creators will do like their skincare routine or their hair care routine, and the voiceover can be a completely different subject. Like, oh man, boys are fucking stupid, men are fucking stupid, or like maybe I'm too nice to men because of this happened and that happened, or my haters think that I'm not going to make any money, but fuck them, or whatever the fuck you want to say. But the value of B-roll can't be overstated. And when you look at mainstream creators as well as the high top level performing creators in our industry, in the OnlyFans industry, you'll start to notice that a lot of times they deploy B-roll, but it seems like they deliberately filmed that content on that day when you don't know if they filmed that B-roll footage, that clip, months ago. So you have the ideas of what to film. You understand the amount of time that you need to spend filming B-roll, really just 1 hour per week. And then you understand that you want to just film first, film it all first, organize it either by location or organize it by action, but make sure that your B-roll is organized so you can find the clips really easily. And then after you film, understand that you always need to film first, and you can ideate, you can come up with the idea later. And now it allows you to make posts in under like 15 minutes with like zero energy spent. It's just you on your phone coming up with a funny idea to attach to a clip that you've already filmed days, weeks, or months ago. Another way to also absolutely maximize the amount of B-roll that you can get is ensure that all of the B-roll that you do, whether it's pouring a coffee or making a coffee or getting into the shower or getting to your car, you film it from 3 different angles. You film it from a wide angle, you film it from a medium angle, and then you film it from a POV angle. And then voila, now you have a shit ton of clips that you can use so that you never run out of content. And when you add this to the fact that you already know how to create content pillars so that you never run out of ideas, all of a sudden you become a content factory and you're no longer wondering, oh, like, what the fuck do I film? You're wondering, oh shit, like, I don't have enough time in a week to film all of these amazing things. And if you don't feel like filming, you have so much content that you can just deploy and use to post and turn into like great content as well. So yeah, 10 activities, 3 angles each. That's 30 clips where you're not talking. That's 30 clips that can be used whenever you want, that are ready to deploy. You just have to add text to it. Hopefully this made sense. I tried my best to hit all the major points in as short amount of time as possible. But if you want to learn more and you want to get the full B-roll system, just message me B-roll and I'll send you my full playbook on how to capture B-roll, what to capture, how to organize your B-roll in different footage and in different folders, and then how to turn your B-roll into content that's actually engaging, whether you're doing a story, whether you're doing a simple funny text, or you're doing a full voiceover. And of course, like, if you fuck with the content, if you appreciate the content in any way, shape, or form, just show some fucking support is what I'm saying, in any way that you feel appropriate. Ideally, a follow or a like or a positive comment or a negative comment, whatever. But yeah, and I will make some more content on some shit that hopefully helps you in your journey to the top 0% on OnlyFans.